150-pound Cane Corso, with scars from a fighting ring, had 72 hours to live. No rescue would take him, no family would touch him. Then a couple with two toddlers did something that shocked everyone. And what this dog did at 3 a.m. 7 months later proved every single person who gave up on him was dead wrong. His name was Titan, a 150-pound brindle Cane Corso built like a tank with a jaw that could crush bone. For the first 2.5 years of his life, Titan was raised in an illegal fighting ring outside of Memphis. They starved him to keep him angry. They beat him to keep him mean. They threw him into pits with other dogs and bet money on how long he would last. He has a 4-inch scar running down his left cheek from his last fight, a fight he refused to finish. He laid down in the middle of the pit and wouldn't get up. That's when they dumped him, left him on the side of a highway with a chain still around his neck, and drove away. A truck driver spotted him 2 days later, dehydrated and bleeding. He called Memphis Metro Animal Services. When they arrived, Titan didn't growl, he didn't lunge, he just lay there, like he had already decided the world was done with him. The intake report read, "Aggressive breed, fighting history, not suitable for adoption." They gave him 72 hours. But a volunteer named Paula saw something in his eyes that didn't match the paperwork. She made one phone call, then another, then 14 more. Every rescue said the same thing: fighting dog, too risky, too much liability. On hour 68, 4 hours before his scheduled euthanasia, she reached Crossroads Canine Rescue. They had one open kennel. They said yes. Titan spent 11 months at Crossroads, 327 days. 7 families came to meet him. 4 left immediately when they saw his scars. 2 lasted less than 10 minutes. One woman started crying and said she couldn't do it. The staff started calling him the Unforgiven, not because he had done anything wrong, because the world couldn't forgive what had been done to him. Daniel and Kate Cooper found Titan's profile online at midnight on a Sunday. Kate read his story 3 times. Daniel looked at the photos and looked at their 2 kids sleeping in the next room. Mason, 2 years old, Lily, 14 months. He said what any reasonable father would say: absolutely not. Kate showed him Titan's eyes in the photo. Daniel looked again. Neither of them slept that night. They drove 3 hours to meet him. Diane, the rescue coordinator, was careful. He has never been around children. He has a documented fighting history. I'm not going to lie to you, this is a risk. Daniel nodded. Kate was already kneeling at the kennel door. Titan was pressed into the far corner, shaking, not from aggression, from fear. When Kate extended her hand, he flinched so hard he hit the back wall. She didn't move. She waited. For 20 minutes, she just knelt there with her hand through the bars. And then Titan did something no one at Crossroads had ever seen. He crawled forward on his belly, inch by inch, until his nose touched her fingers. His tail moved. Just once. Diane covered her mouth. In 327 days, he has never wagged his tail. "We'll take him," Kate said. The first 6 weeks were the hardest of their lives. Titan was terrified of everything: doors closing, voices raised, anything that moved fast. He wouldn't eat from a bowl because he had never had one. He slept in the corner of the laundry room with his back against the wall, like he was still waiting for a fight. But around Mason and Lily, something different happened. He was careful, gentle. He would lower his massive head when they came near him, like he was trying to make himself smaller, like he understood they were fragile, like he understood they were the first humans who never raised a hand to him. If a dog with that history can still choose gentleness, what does that say about the ones who made him fight? By month 3, Titan had claimed his spot. Every night at bedtime, he would walk into the kids' room and lie down between their cribs. Daniel tried to redirect him, tried treats, tried commands, tried closing the door. Titan would sit outside that door and whine until someone opened it. Then he would walk straight back to his spot, between the cribs, every single night. I see you haven't subscribed yet. That hurts a little. Hit subscribe now. Daniel installed a camera. What he saw at 3 a.m. broke him. Titan didn't sleep. He lay there with his eyes open, scanning the room, lifting his head every time one of the kids moved. When Lily whimpered in a dream, Titan would press his nose against her crib and breathe slowly until she settled. When Mason kicked off his blanket, Titan would nudge it with his snout, pushing it back toward him. A dog raised to destroy was spending every night making sure 2 babies were safe. Some stories don't need to be told, they need to be felt. But the night that changed the Cooper family forever happened 7 months after the adoption. It was January, freezing cold, 3:12 a.m. A man tried to break into their home through the back sliding door. The sound of shattering glass woke Daniel first. Then he heard Titan, not barking, roaring, a sound that came from somewhere deep and ancient, a sound that shook the walls. Daniel grabbed his phone and ran downstairs. The sliding door was shattered, cold air poured in, and Titan was standing in the doorway, 150 pounds of muscle and scars and fury blocking the entrance. The intruder was gone. Later, police found footprints in the snow leading away from the house at a full sprint. The officer looked at Titan and said, "I don't think he's coming back." Daniel knelt down next to Titan. His paws were cut from the glass. His body was still trembling with adrenaline, but his eyes kept looking up, toward the stairs, toward the kids' room. Daniel understood. Even now, even bleeding, even shaking, his first thought was them. Kate came downstairs holding both kids. Mason was half asleep. Lily was rubbing her eyes. When Titan saw them, his entire body changed. The tension left. His tail wagged. He walked over and pressed his scarred face against Lily's tiny hand. She giggled and said the only word she knew for him, "Titi." The same dog they raised to fight, the same dog 7 families rejected, the same dog the world scheduled to die. He stood between a stranger and 2 sleeping children and didn't move an inch. Today, Mason is 4, Lily is 3, Titan is 5. He still sleeps between their beds. He still watches the doors at night. He still lowers his head when they run toward him. Still gentle, still careful, still choosing softness over everything he was taught. Because sometimes the dogs they train to fight become the ones who fight hardest to protect. And sometimes the most dangerous thing about a dog like Titan is how hard he loves. Was Titan born dangerous, or did the world make him that way? Tell me in the comments.